Hello, in this video I will do an ASVAB General Science Exam 4. Okay, so let's begin. So question 1 says, what happens according to Newton's third law of motion? Is it A, when an object exerts a force on another object, the second object exerts a force on the first, one that is equal magnitude but opposite in the direction? Or is it B, forces dissipate when the distance between them increases? Or is it C, forces occur randomly between objects? Or is it D, forces increases when objects are close to each other? What do you think? I so it would be I think it's going to be A. So yes, when an object so what happens to Newton's third law of motion? It's A. When an object exerts a force on another object, the second object exerts a force on the first one that's equal magnitude but opposite in direction. Um, the reason is because Newton's third law, so I'm going to say A. And the reason is Newton's third law of motion states that when an object exerts a force on a second object, the second object exerts an equal force on the first object. That force is opposite in the direction. For every direct action, there is an opposite reaction. Forces are not random. Distance between objects is not discussed in Newton's third law. Okay. Next one. So, question 2, amino acids combine and form. Is it A, fats? B, simple carbohydrates, C, complex carbohydrates, or D, proteins? So I think amino acids are D, proteins. Whoops, hold on. Let me go back. So the reason why I think it's proteins is because proteins are made of amino acids. Fat contains fatty acids. Carbohydrates contains saccharides. So yeah, D. Question 3, fertile offsprings are produced by members of the same genus, genus, B, species, C, phylum, or D, kingdom. So fertile offsprings are produced by members of the same, I think it's species. Uh, the reason why, I don't know, it just sounds right. So yeah, I think it's species. Yeah, so phylum, kingdom, and genus are broad categories, only members of the same species. A smaller category can mate and produce fertile offspring. Hence, option B is correct. Okay. Question 4, which of the following is a waste product during the process of photosynthesis? Is it carbon dioxide, B, oxygen, C, nitrogen, or D, hydrogen. So which of the following is a waste product during the process of photosynthesis? I believe it's going to be oxygen. So why oxygen? Because hydrogen and carbon dioxide form sugar, which feeds the plant. Nitrogen is absorbed and used by the plant. Oxygen is a waste product. Okay, question five. Which of the following connects bones to bones? That is going to be ligaments. Okay. Question six. The densest layer of Earth is or are called so dense. So what is that going to be? That is going to be, I think it's going to be D, core. Uh, what type what type of motion entails motion around a fixed point or axis? That would be what type of motion? That would be rotation. Which of the following action increases a chemical reaction? Is it A, lower the temperature, B, reduce the surface area, C, add a catalyst, or D, dilute the concentration? I think it's going to be add a catalyst. How often does high tides occur? It would be twice daily because once in the morning, once in the evening. Okay. What is a light year? I think it's going to be A. The distance of a light travels in 1 year. So that is a light year. The distance light travels in a year. A catalyst is used during a chemical reaction. When the reaction is finished, what percentage of the catalyst remains? I think it's 100. It doesn't, it stays there. It stays. Double check. Yeah, I think it stays the same, so it's going to be 100. The layer of the atmosphere closest to the Earth it is troposphere. Yeah, it's troposphere. So the layer of the atmosphere closest to the Earth is it's troposphere. How many oxygen atoms are there mag in this chemical formula? So this is how I do it. There's a little bit of math, but it's not too much math. See this small three is called a subscript, and then there's three of them, but then it's timesing it by four. So you multiply 3 times 4, which is 12. So you have 12 oxygen. Newton's second law of motion states, So yeah, Newton's second law of motion states that A, force equals mass times acceleration. It's, so just for now, I'm not a biology teacher, I'm just a math teacher. So um yeah. Question 15, solutions that contain a metal that dissolved in mercury are called, I think it's an alloy. Let me double check. No, not it's not an alloy. That it's going to be an amalgam. So an amalgam, C, are specialized alloys that contain metal dissolved in mercury. Emulsions are liquids that separate readily. Alloys are solid metals. Supersaturated solutions are liquid that are heated to contain more dissolved particles. Okay, so if you need to, here, let me check our answers. Okay, so we got it right. So if you need to go back and watch the videos to write down the questions. So yeah, here's question one. Yeah, just have to somehow memorize this. Question two. Here's question three, four, five, six. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. So are those are my 15 questions. Okay, I'm gonna stop here